everyone. My name is Swamp, and it is time for Tomfoolery Tuesday. I actually wasn't going to do a stream, and I decided the last minute that I would do it. So, I hope you're happy, and you appreciate how lucky you are. I'm wearing my R.I.P. Roe v. Wade hat that I made right after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, because if you're in the Discord, I was talking about this a few hours ago, 2 hours ago or something, that I don't know why, it just randomly popped back into my head. I remembered that I actually did an interview with this like left-leaning news outlet in 2022, or like right after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and I never got to see it aired. I don't think it ever actually aired. I think they went with some other people. They didn't like what I had to say, I don't think. I may have to. I don't even remember the name of the outlet that I was talking to at the time. I may have to try to go back and see if I can find who they were and see if maybe that was ever released. I think maybe the story was released, but I wasn't a part of it. I don't know. That just popped into my head today. I was like, man, I wonder whatever happened to that. I remember doing that, and it seems to have disappeared into the ether. Mainly because he was this guy, this tiny little guy working for this left-wing outlet, was asking me, so what do you think of the overturning of Roe v. Wade? And for context, this was outside of an event for the Daily Wire, so he was looking obviously for conservatives and right-wingers to talk to. And he asked me about it because obviously he wanted to talk about abortion. I was actually the first person he interviewed. I was there and I saw him and his crew set up their stuff. And then I saw them do some other interviews after he interviewed me. But he talked he talked with me for almost 10 minutes. And he asked me, well, what do you think of Roe v. Wade being overturned? And obviously he wanted to talk about abortion. And all I said to him to start off the interview was, I said that, well, anything that removes power from the federal government and gives it back to the states is a good thing. I don't even care. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it has to do with whatever it is. If it removes power from the feds and gives it back to the states, then it's a good thing. And then we talked for a little while about that concept, and he ended up agreeing with me because, he kind of has to, from a left wing, from his perspective, because, well, what if Trump were to become president and the federal government just mandates all these things? That's not good. Yeah, the state democracy. But then it turned back around to me saying, so if you agree with that, then why would it be a problem that Roe versus Wade was overturned? I mean, isn't that a good thing? And he said, well, no, that's not good. Yeah, we can't allow that. That's not it's like he was saying, yes, states' rights, democracy. And then he goes, not like that. Oh, I was just thinking about that today. Anyway, I think that so since I wasn't planning on streaming, I decided to go back to some of the stuff I've had on the back burner for a little while, clips and things that I've wanted to talk about and I haven't yet. I have not seen anybody else talk about these things, so it should still be interesting. It's not like we're going to go back and talk about the debate or something, which I streamed, We're not going to do that. So it'll at least be something new. And then I've also got a handful of other things. And we got our first super chat. Catherine, thank you so much. You know what? You should send an email to the Swamp email, and maybe I can send you some stickers or something, because you're always on top of it with the super chats, and I very much appreciate it. So the first super chat jukebox of the night. Let's go.
You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing.
Excellent. Which, and that reminds me, I got sidetracked talking about this thing that I was thinking about with that interview, but Swamp Year 3 merch out now. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think it's a good idea to, whenever I put out a new year mug or glass or whatever, like last year was a pint glass, the first year was a mug. I should do a like a pack if you wanna order previous year's mugs, because I mean they should be exclusive. I mean you got to get them when they come out, right? Of course, obviously. But have a something you can fill in the gaps if you're missing year 2 or something, or year 1, and get. Everyone needs a nice collection of Swamp glassware, I guess. Drinkware, something like that. All right, so yeah, check out the merch. The link to the Discord is in the description. You should join the Discord if you're not already a member of the Discord. Like the stream, of course. Make sure you're subscribed. I don't know what happened. For some reason, recently I've seen a shift in the subscribers coming back again. Because generally YouTube has just been throttling the channel like crazy. And where I'll even see and get notifications for subscribers, and I'll see their subscribers, but the subscriber count just stays static for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden it'll say like a burst of you gained 20 subscribers, and then like less than an hour after that it'll say you lost 10 subscribers, like all at once. So I don't know what YouTube is doing, but it seems like recently they've kind of taken the boot off at least a little bit, and I've actually noticed subscriber counts seeming to be legit and actually working. Don't take my word for that, because I'm pretty sure that will only last for about maybe 48 hours, and then it'll go back to the usual thing. All right. The first thing, and this may be something that surprises some people. I mean, I don't think it should if you followed me for any amount of time. Even back when I was doing videos all the time, which I always want to get back to doing videos. But then, like I said, with the YouTube is, they're such bastards. And it's like, why would I spend all this time putting together a video and they're not going to let anybody see it? And I still get emails and messages on Twitter and stuff. People being like, I never see your streams. I never see your blah, blah, blah. So it's, God give me the courage to start doing videos again, even though YouTube hates me. But anyway, first video, Tomfoolery. If you followed me at all, you would know that I don't like this, and I think it's really stupid and cringe. So that's where we're going to start. On Twitter. Ha ha ha, let's make this a trend. And I've got the sound muted because it's just music. This is incredibly cringe. I don't know why people do this, but here we go. Here we go. Watch this. It's like when people were putting the stickers on the gas pumps with the Joe Biden thing saying, I did that. This is... What are you guys doing? I get it. Ha ha ha. Joe Biden's the disabled. Ha ha ha. The person that really likes this and thinks it's funny and came up with this is the person that the second that SNL puts out a clip making fun of Democrats, they immediately jump back on SNL and go, they're hilarious. These guys are so freaking funny. Look at this. Normally they rip on right-wingers. Look, they got it right this time. Listen, the problem isn't that they rip on right-wingers. They do that, obviously. The problem is it hasn't been funny for like 25 years. This shit is not funny. I'm sorry. It's just not funny. And that makes me think. Let me pull up the clip that made all the right-wingers. I guarantee you this person who was putting the Joe Biden sticker on the disabled parking spot thought this was just hilarious. This is the greatest thing. SNL's back, you guys. Oh, SNL's finally getting it. Are they waking up? No. This is cringe. This isn't funny. I'm sure you've probably seen the clip because it was going viral. I didn't have it pulled up because I wasn't planning on showing it. Yeah, I can't find it off the bat. But, it was the one where they were SNL's making fun of people who were going to who could potentially replace Biden. Yeah, the horror movie trailer. That's what it is. Oh, geez, that's loud. Turn off the sound. Just see where it's. Yeah, here we go. The part that went viral where everyone's like, oh, SNL's finally getting it, you guys. Like, this is hilarious.
Together infrastructure bill?
But he fell off his bike once.
According to this article, he's not actually going to run in 2024. He's just saying he is to present a united front before the midterms.
What a relief.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how much of this I can play, so I got to break it up. Because, SNL's going to take it down. Where's the part that everyone was sharing? Oh, here we go. This thing.
There's gotta be someone.
Cory Booker! He's corny! Mayor Pete!
Listen to yourself!
From the producers of Smile and the twisted minds at Morning Joe.
Beto 24. They had the Bernie part.
Babe?
A superstar who can go all the way.
Hillary. And where was the part where Biden or Bernie was written on the wall in blood, and like the person that made this little Joe Biden sticker to put on the disabled thing would think that this is hilarious and would think that, man, SNL's finally back. Because actually deep down, they never thought that SNL wasn't funny. They were just actually upset that they were being made fun of. And that's, what do you... It wasn't the fact that they were making skits about Trump that was so quote-unquote offensive. It was that they weren't funny. The skits weren't funny. Make fun of Trump. Trump is an easy person to make fun of. It just wasn't funny. It was stupid. And this is stupid. And if you're doing this gas station thing, you're stupid too. So the tomfoolery here is just out of this world. Come on, guys. All I'm asking is if when SNL puts out something that you agree with and you now think it's funny, don't say that you don't like SNL because they went woke. Don't say that. What you should be saying is, I don't like SNL because they disagree with my politics. Because the real problem is that it's not funny. But apparently a lot of right-wingers still think that it is funny. They're just offended because it's woke and anti-Trump, which is totally missing the mark. Do I like going to I left the city because I don't like going to a gas station and seeing it covered in graffiti and stickers and there's trash and shit everywhere. And then right-wingers come in and go, oh, but it's our graffiti this time. We got the Biden sticker. Ha ha. Aren't we such G's? Aren't we with the kids? Get out of here. Get out of here with that crap. No, nobody likes, well, I guess these people like it, but nobody likes it. If you want to see what actual real tomfoolery, and I mean like in the good sense, because we got good tomfoolery, bad tomfoolery. Tomfoolery in a good sense, this is way better than any of the Joe Biden I did that or the sticker of his head on a handicap sparking is this, which is an old story, but it's circulating again, which I think is awesome. Yeah, let's start it over again. This is it. This is what they're trying to embody, and they're just failing at it. This is the good version of tomfoolery.
Displays of intolerance and homophobia are unacceptable.
This type of intolerant rhetoric starts in the home.
Parents angry at town hall over intolerance at Marshall Simons Middle School. Kids were asked to wear rainbow clothes in honor of Pride Spirit Day, but some organized a counter-protest wearing red, white, and blue or black. The principal sharing a statement to families that Pride posters were ripped down, stickers ripped up. Some students chanted "USA are my pronouns," and students showing Pride were intimidated.
It was an unruly disruption, in fact, that was organized ahead of time.
While some parents were upset, others say
it was an unruly disruption that was organized ahead of time. I thought the lefties loved protests. You just described a protest.
it was overblown.
Some of the kids threw the stickers on the ground. But, you know, I can only speak for my daughter. She didn't want to wear that to school. It's not that she wanted to hurt anybody's feelings.
She says her daughter felt...
This mom is totally off base, I guarantee you. The mom's still trying to, like, kind of toe the line of, well, the right-wingers are actually the real inclusion and diversity people, not the left. I guarantee you the kids were doing what kids do, which is they were like, gay? This is stupid. When a middle schooler does it, great. Hilarious. Should be done. This is why everyone is that age once, is to do something like this. And if you didn't do this, then you totally missed out. But not to be a 55-year-old white woman and stick Joe Biden's head on a handicap sign. I'm sorry, it's stupid. It's the bad tomfoolery. Middle schoolers protesting Pride Month and chanting USA and wearing intentionally wearing American clothing or all black to protest it. That's the good tomfoolery. It's really actually not hard to decipher, honestly. I don't even know how to set this one up, and this next clip. And when I found it, I said, I don't even know what I'm going to say about this, but it needs to be shown. This is going to be a very eclectic tomfoolery. I'm going to be giving you whiplash back and forth between good tomfoolery and bad tomfoolery, and then there's whatever this is. It's tomfoolery. I just can't identify what or why or how or why this is happening. So I'm just going to play this, and then we can talk about it in a second. This is at a baseball game. Here we go. So I really would like to have some explanation or figure out why on earth an anime VTuber type technology is being used to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a Dodgers game. What's going on here? This is kind of like when you see all the like cringy things coming out of the White House, and you see it and you immediately realize who's behind it, where you go, well, they've got a ton of college graduate white women who have like degrees in, useless things. They got a bunch of twinks, they got a bunch of gays, they got a bunch of, like, clearly that's who's made this whatever product that came out of the White House. What's going on here? And the MLB. Why on earth does this exist and did this happen? Who is working where and what person that was like, I know what baseball fans will like. Enhance. Here we go. This is what your super chats pay for, as I always say. What is this? What on earth? What circumstances led to this? What's going on here? I have no idea. And it's an anime VTuber. What is this? In what scenario was someone working in Major League Baseball and was just like, son of a bitch, we need a little anime girl singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"? That's what the fans want. That's how we're gonna get the kids. What is this? What's going on? This deserves a lot more investigation, because, like I said, when you see something stupid come out of the White House, you immediately know who made it. As soon as you see it, you go, oh, there was definitely an overweight white lady involved in this who's got a degree in some kind of social, sociology or some kind of like diversity care, something or other. And maybe some little twink guy, and like, okay. As soon as you see the end result, you go, oh, I know. What made this? What happened here? What's going on? What? I don't know what's happening or what kind of tomfoolery is afoot, but it's definitely tomfoolery. I know that for sure. I don't know what. I don't know why. But it's there. And if you're just listening without watching it, then I'm sorry, because you missed the tomfoolery part. Because, sure, sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but this is something weird, man. All right, moving on. I don't know if this was ever, like, talked about or proven to be a hoax or not. I think this is a hoax. I saw this going viral on X. You see, this post has 1 million views. The other post has 3.2 million views. Holy shit. This one has 25 million views. So, obviously people were seeing this. I never saw a conclusion of this story or any updates on this story. And I never saw any other... I didn't see anybody on Daily Wire talk about it, or Crowder, or Tim Pool, or like, I haven't seen, so I don't know what's going on here. It seems obviously fake to me. So it's this thing, it's from June 26th, where this woman claims that, in the post she says, my 16-month-old and I were denied entry on a United flight back to Austin because I used the wrong pronoun for the attendant. We have no luggage, nothing. We're stranded in San Francisco. What are my rights? And then she tags Elon Musk. Why Elon Musk? And then this lawyer. This went viral because people were saying, "Oh my God, look at the woke's gotten so out of control." Yeah, I'm skeptical. Has anyone seen this? I haven't seen anywhere else that this ever been talked about except for on these X posts. And maybe I'm wrong, but here let's watch some of these videos because this seems incredibly fake. I think we're now in the era of people faking right-wing stuff because even though they don't want to admit it, the right-wingers are starting to actually have some cultural control and some political control and control of money, because that's clearly what's going on here. Watch this and tell me if this rings true to you or if this sounds like tomfoolery. Because we know I've dedicated almost this whole channel to talking about crazy people who talk about pronouns and stuff and the teachers and all that stuff. But this, as an unofficial expert or an official expert, depending on how you look at it, depending on how much content, I have to put out before I'm an expert. As a official, unofficial expert, this seems fake. This seems totally fake.
Okay, so we were denied boarding, myself, my 16-month-old son, my mother. They took our luggage on the plane, which has my thyroid medication, which I'll be very sick without, my mother's medication. They basically said tough luck. And they won't tell me exactly what I said, but what happened, and I will tell you what happened right now. I was speaking to one of the flight attendants, got their pronouns wrong. The other flight attendant didn't like it. I said, I'm really sorry. I'm not very versed with pronouns. I was holding my son. He was having a temper tantrum. I had the car seat on my back. I wasn't really focusing on anything except getting my son's car seat on the...
So the clip isn't even over yet. First thing is a very common thing, which isn't always a sign of someone lying. But obviously, one of the first things is information overload is always a sign that someone's lying to you. That they come up with all these intricate reasons and details, like right off the bat, to this seems like an information overload. Furthermore, the whole setup just doesn't seem real. Because as someone who is an official, unofficial expert on the alphabet community, if you capitulated after saying the wrong thing, they love that shit. If you said, I'm sorry, I was wrong about that, and you start using the right, that's what they want. They want you to bend the knee. So I'm skeptical here because the whole thing doesn't make sense. She's saying that somebody had they, them pronouns. She got them wrong, said an appropriate pronoun, whether it was a man or a woman, I don't know. And she said, I'm sorry, and used the right pronoun, and then they were kicked off the plane. All this pronoun stuff has nothing to do with gender identity or whatever they want to call it, because that's not even a thing. But it has nothing to do with that. It's all about someone who feels powerless flexing their power over you, making you say something that isn't true. So if you've bent the knee, they're not going to kick you off the plane. They're going to make TikToks about you saying how there was this woman on here and she misgendered me and I told her and she said sorry and like this is how you should do it, America. Believe me, I've seen enough TikToks about this to know that. This whole thing is not, we're not finished with the video. We're 37 seconds into a minute-long video, so we'll finish it. And there's, I think, at least one more. I think there might be 2 more videos. But this whole thing just, it seems totally fake.
Flight and getting him comfortable and safe and him, because now it's his nap time. You can see he's kind of falling asleep. They're saying that like it's a hate crime that I did, that I might not even be able to ever fly United. We don't even know how we're going to get back today.
Super fake.
I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what my rights are here. I think that it's...
So, for some reason, her video ends there when she clearly kept talking. And this is a post from the source. Like, this is the woman who posted it. They told you this was a hate crime. Is the LGBTQ alphabet mafia way out of control? Yes, obviously. I've talked about it for 3 years now. As proof of, and proof of that is the Swamp Year 3 glass. Does this make any sense? No. What this feels like to me is basically the aftermath of like the Bud Light thing and the culture shifting a little bit. This feels like, and this got 1 million. So this was our first post, 1 million views on that first post. 1 million. You think maybe she's got an ulterior motive here, that this isn't legit? Like this is maybe kind of a clickbaity thing? So we have some other updates.
Okay, so we were denied.
So I think this is the repost. Okay, so here's another video that she posted. Yeah, none of this seems real. This seems like a lot of BS to me.
My son and I are at United Airlines waiting for our flight from San Francisco to Austin, and the flight attendant has denied access to us because he said that I made a derogatory comment about one of the flight attendants because I didn't use the right pronoun. Now they are forbidding us to get on the plane. I am with my son. He is 25 pounds. I've been carrying him for about 30 minutes. They denied us boarding priority, and now they're about to deny us to board the plane. We'll see what happens.
This just doesn't seem real to me. See, again, information overload, giving you way too many details. 25 pounds and like, yeah, just, and going through like, this feels like all the times that you see race hoaxes. Where if this is real, that she actually got kicked off the plane, she probably did some really stupid shit. Like something really stupid. And they're kicking her off. And it's actually a reasonable thing to kick her off the plane. Not the pronoun thing. This feels like what's coming is like the new cultural thing is to say something about gender or pronouns or something is the excuse to act like a dumbass. It's like how the race thing. People say, all the race hoaxes, you know, they kicked me off the plane because I'm black. And you go, well, what'd you do? What happened? What, you don't need to know that? I'm black, and then, so it must be racist. Really? What'd you do? What happened? And it's always some, like, ambiguous statement that they give that's not... They're not telling you what they did. So I think this was the first video. I played them in reverse. The first video was her saying, I said something bigoted. And then it's like, well, I got maybe some pronouns wrong. And it's like, okay. I don't think that this woman was like running around saying, you know, you're a fag. Which would be hilarious. I think she probably did something stupid or this is completely fake. Like she either did something completely unrelated to the fact and she saw that the person had like a... Because, I mean, this is United. I don't know what United is like. Oh, by the way, this is 25 million views. United, I don't really know anything about United, but I know that almost every other airline has their like pronoun pins and they're all gay and all this stuff. But so maybe they are, and she saw this, and so she decided to start commenting on that. Even if she did at all, I don't know. I mean, this seems really fake. So don't let anybody tell you that Swamp isn't fair in his critiques. When I call out a black woman for making false claims of racism, I also call out white women for making false claims of anti-LGBTQ, I guess. I just can't imagine a scenario. This happened like 5 years ago. Like this kind of stuff was happening like 5 years ago. It doesn't happen anymore like this. It does happen, but not like this. This is not the way this happens. And the way that she's talking about it seems completely insane. as far as I can tell. All right, moving on. If you believe everything that comes out because they're kind of right wing, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to rain on your parade. I don't even know this woman is right wing. I guarantee you she probably was a loyal Democrat until like 2 years ago. And now has I found out something new. All right, so that one that was one that was me ranting a little bit, giving my opinion. I think that's incredible tomfoolery. Whether it's fake or not, which again, I think it's like a 95% chance it is fake, or it's real, it's clearly tomfoolery. Let's now have a laugh. Let's have a good laugh. Let's go back to the channel's roots. I'll let this whole thing play, and then we'll really get into it, guys. We will get into it.
Work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm in full Frankenfurter drag since
Why is this video so quiet? Why are you so quiet?
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm in full Frankenfurter drag since 7 a.m.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I have ducks in my pockets.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism. I work at Camp Brave Trails.
Apparently they just have shit audio. So in case you don't get it, Camp Brave Trails. All right, now I'm going to shut up and let it play.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm in full Frankenfurter drag since 7 a.m.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I have ducks in my pockets.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism. I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm decked out in rainbow all the time.
We do the photos and videos at Brave Trails.
Of course I'm filming this in selfie mode.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I keep Band-Aids in my fanny pack at all times.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I know how to facilitate a group circle.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I flew 5,500 miles just to come to camp.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I can be my most authentic self here.
So obviously really stupid, but let's really break this down here. What's going on in this video? Oh, and hey, Bog's in the chat. Bog, if you just came in, I'm sorry that you missed. I would have liked to have heard your opinion on the right wing hoax. I guess I'm calling it. But anyway. So clearly, and I got this, this video was posted by Elijah Schaefer. Obviously not originally posted by Elijah Schaefer, but I saw this from Elijah Schaefer. There's so many things. And Bog, you're right. First of all, this trend of the, I'm a so-and-so. So of course I blah, blah, blah. That's annoying. Let's get past that. So this is supposed to be it's like a summer camp, and I guess it's like an LGBTQ DEI equality acceptance summer camp. And the first thing right off the bat that I think is hilarious is that these people obviously know from their own childhoods before they screwed up everyone else's childhoods and screwed everything up, that camp means you go out into the woods. They know that you're in the woods, but by looking at all these people, do you think they know a damn thing about being in the woods? I mean, look at it. Look at this.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm in full Frankenfurter drag since.
So we got, I'm going to assume this is a dude, and he's, I'm guessing this is a dude. If it's not a dude, it's a chick who's trying to look like a dude trying to look like a chick, which there's a lot of those out there in this community. With like the fishnet, the Hot Topic, I don't corset top thing going on. With the fishnet arm things and the straps and all this. Now, if you're going to camp, is this person going to teach you how to fish? I know they're wearing fish nets, but look, you see in the background. Here, let's just go back to the full screen. Do you see in the background? There's the cabin and all the trees and stuff. Like, this makes no sense. This doesn't make any sense at all, and it just keeps getting worse. So at least this person's like thin. I mean, maybe this person actually works out and like runs. I don't know. So maybe they just decided to dress like a total idiot in the woods for some strange reason, which doesn't make any sense, but sure.
7 a.m.
I work at
And then you got this one. Of all of the things the Alphabet Mafia has manifested, this is my least favorite of all of them. And God knows I hate all of them. This is my least favorite. This, fat lady dressing like a douche teenage boy. Why? Why is this a thing? Why does this exist? What was it about seeing a total asshole in middle school that made you think, as a woman, well, son of a bitch, I should dress like that kid? Maybe it's some kind of deeper psychological thing where that's the person that bullied them. Like when this girl was in middle school, maybe it was this boy that looked like this. I mean, obviously they've taken it to an extreme with the like annoying ducks and all this, and the pins and all this crap. But the look overall, maybe it was a kid like that who bullied her in middle school, and it's like a way to take ownership. It's something that a therapist told her, which I'd say at least 75% of the time, a therapist is absolute garbage. Well, maybe 80% of the time, absolute BS, and they'll tell you to do some stupid crap like this. What is this? What are you doing? Oh yeah.
trails. Of course I have ducks in my pockets. I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism. I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm decked out in rainbow all the time.
I don't know if it's coming through on the mic, but some strange thing just started buzzing in this room, and I don't know what it is. There's some electrical issue, and I don't know from where. Hang on. Hang on. It stopped, and I don't know why. It's kind of concerning. I don't know what. Strange noises. Strange noises. Anyway. Okay, let's go back to the next one. Let's go back to the autistic one. Which, by the way, is another thing that is just a funny, oh, wow, how do you do? Is, if you say to somebody, you know, a lot of these people in the LGBTQ stuff have severe mental illnesses or autism. They go, Whoa, you bigot. And then they do stuff like this. There you go. Oh, really? Huh. Well, I never would have known.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism.
Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism. And then it just begs the question. I've known plenty of autistic people. Why on earth? Why on earth would an autistic person choose to dress like this? And then do something like this at a weird camp like this. Like, none of this adds up. I'm sorry. They don't. The math is not working here. Why?
Safe to embrace my autism. I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm decked out in rainbow all the time.
Of course I'm decked out in rainbow all the time. And again, Camp Brave Trails. So this is supposed... I'm going to say this again. First of all, my least favorite product of the LGBTQ community is this. The fat lady who acts and dresses like a douchey middle school boy. Terrible, terrible. My least favorite thing overall that the LGBTQ whatever community is trying to do is insert itself into things like this, where no way on earth any of these people would ever spend any time outside. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to go outside. But they're here at this thing that they know is like, oh, it's camp. I've heard of that. I went to that when I was little. And do you really think they're doing anything outdoorsy? And if they are, do you think it's actually real? Or is it like when they say they're getting married and it's not really marriage? Oh, what a bunch of fags.
We do the photos and videos at Brave Trails.
Of course I'm filming this in selfie mode.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I keep Band-Aids in my fanny pack at all times.
See, look at all these people. Why on earth would any of these people be outside for any prolonged period of time? This just makes no sense. Fatness aside, which a lot of them are fat, she's just, kind of chubby, not fat. Is fine. What are you wearing? It's like that ad campaign from, what was it? What was that outdoor brand? Oh hell, I can't remember what the drag queen that I did a video on, I think I maybe did 2 videos on it. What was it? Patagonia, or that's a thing, right? Where their thing was to film a drag queen out in the middle of the woods. That doesn't make sense on any level at all. There's just nothing about that makes sense. What are you implying? That this guy was living in a shelter that he constructed himself? At the very least in a tent. But for something like this, they're supposedly teaching you, skills, wilderness skills or whatever. And this person's walking around like this with pink hair, with the fanny pack and the weird dress. Like, Cool Vic needed a break from the tomfoolery, and to support, of course. Super chat jukebox, let's go.
Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell?
Oh man, I always say it, but I actually unironically listen to that song just like periodically throughout my life. It's a great song, man. It's good stuff. All right. back to rambling. Oh, before I do so, always got to plug the Swamp merch. Year three, Swamp merch. Swamp merch, check it out. Okay. Why do they all have unfinished tattoos? I just want to say that, but that's a different topic. But where was I? I gotta get back on track. Oh yeah. So if you want to be a person like this, like the Patagonia drag queen and stuff, fine. Am I supposed to believe that you're out in the middle of the woods, doing all this crazy shit, like stuff in your hair and putting on makeup and like going way over the top on all these things? Why on earth does this have to? Why do you have to invade things that aren't yours? Just stay in your lane. It's like all the gays that just can't say that, well, I don't believe in Christianity, so I'm just going to stay away from it. They try to infiltrate the churches. They try to get in there and warp it. There is no reason on earth, even if this woman that we're looking at is like the straightest woman who's ever lived, which obviously she's not, but if she was, and she decided to dress like this, she'd never be out in the fucking woods. She wouldn't be in the woods. I mean, it's totally illogical. It makes no sense. Why would you do that?
Band-Aids in my fanny pack at all times.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I know how to facilitate a group circle.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, because that's what's important. Again, looking like, I told you, fat women looking like the douchey middle schooler who bullied them. That's what you're looking at right here. Again, this is the third time. And look at all these people. So there's the autistic one. She said, at least I can be autistic. And look at their like stupid hair. Fat lesbian. And then these two kids, who are the obviously kids, like, or not, they're obviously the younger ones. Obviously not kids, though. But listen, you can catch it right at the end. So she says, of course I can facilitate a group circle, whatever the hell that means. But listen to the kids talking at the end.
Of course I know how to facilitate a group circle.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
All you can catch before they cut it is, yeah, I'm really sorry that. So, of course, it's some kind of wimpy ass thing. But now we go to this. I'm sorry. There's just no way. You cannot. Why do they do this? You have no business being in the woods. Just stay in the city. That's where you belong. There is no reason on earth that a person who looks like this should be in the middle of the woods. Unless society has become so awesome and right wing that we kick these people out into the woods and say, thrive or die. Hey, listen, you got nothing. Go. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's just, it makes it, the contrast is unbelievable. It becomes more obvious how obviously stupid it is to look like this when they're standing in the woods. And this is coming from a guy that when I was a teenager, I had a purple mohawk, man. I was all into punk rock, had all my punk stuff, but I wasn't wandering around in the middle of the woods pretending like I was a huntsman. That was later when I started actually realizing this is not really what I thought it was, DIY. I actually want to do it myself. So then I started wearing overalls and working a lot and actually getting dirty. Good times.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I flew 5,500 miles just to come to camp.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I can be my most authentic self here.
So, and all these people are awful. This last one I think is really interesting because this is something that one of the times where I can realize that, okay, I'm an older person now. And I'm looking at this younger generation and thinking, what in the hell? What are you doing? Everyone knows when that happens to you for the first time, when you realize, oh, I'm not the young kid anymore. I would like someone to explain to me the tomfoolery of wearing fake elf ears and saying, this is me being my authentic self. And this isn't like a one-off, like random people just occasionally, because now the internet exists, you can see everyone doing something stupid. There's a lot of Gen Zers that do this, and they do it all the time. And I don't understand. Clearly, being your authentic self has changed meaning over the generations. Why is it that, and it started with the millennials for sure, my generation, and then going forward, why did this become a thing where to be your authentic self was to be less and less of yourself? How on earth can you say I'm being authentic and wear fake ears? Obviously, this goes into the whole trans thing and being my authentic self. Oh yeah, how's that? Well, I'm gonna cut my dick off. Oh wow, how authentic. To get inside the head of somebody like this, authentic just clearly must not mean what I think it means. I feel like I'm in Princess Bride, and so why do you keep saying that word? I don't think it means what you think it means. All right. Moving on. Should we go on to something? As I said at the beginning of this, I've got some like really strangely serious, like some really bad kind of tomfoolery in this, and some goofy, like some of the goofiest tomfoolery I've had, but should we, for the middle of the stream, go to the serious, the like, holy crap, what the hell's going on tomfoolery, and then spend the next half lightening it back up? Yeah, let's do that. Let's. So, I may have even played part of this, or maybe I talked about it like a year ago or something. Actually, I don't think I've ever made a video about this, but I've seen this video many times and talked to people about it and shown it to them. I'm sorry. All the fun that we were just having is about to go away. We're going to the dark side of tomfoolery. Because I really don't know what else to call this. I mean, well, I do know what else to call it, but I can't say it because the stream will be taken down. But this is certainly tomfoolery. And don't worry. We'll get into some other stuff after this that will lighten the mood. So we'll have a palate cleanser for sure.
Go. Some of them, they're not screaming. It's like they wanted to.
So, I didn't even set it up though. Is if you've not seen this, this is a guy talking to these African migrants, and they don't understand the concept of rape. They don't understand that it could negatively impact the woman that you were perpetrating this crime on. It doesn't exist in their brains. They don't understand. Even when you try to explain it to them, they don't understand it. They don't understand it at all. It's a total mystery. And not even a mystery, because a mystery would imply that they go, oh, really? Tell me about that. That's interesting. Like, I didn't know that. It's just not in their brain. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. Tomfoolery, you guys. We get up to a little tomfoolery.
Screaming. It's like they wanted to be raped, you see. She also grabs you, you see, no more
like
crying.
She's enjoying it, you know, even though she isn't, but it's like she's enjoying it.
Do you think it's right? Do you think it's right to rape?
Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong.
What about the consequences of what you're doing in terms of how that affects the person that's raped?
Yeah, the consequences, we look at that all the time, you know, because it happens, she might scream, you know, people might wake up. A lot of people, especially.
I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about the emotional effect, the physical effect it has on the girl.
Yeah. Sometimes we know that we might rape her and wake up tomorrow with viruses ourselves, like HIV, you know.
What about regretting what you've done to the girl?
I also do regret about it, because if she fell pregnant, what will be that baby's father? Who will be that baby's father?
But what about her personal feelings?
There's a lot going on right there. Jesus. So they know the word rape and they know what it means in terms of like an actual action. But you can hear in everything else they say, they have literally no concept of what he's talking about. Even before he gets to the part where he's saying, you know, how does the woman feel about it? You know, even before he gets there, they can never they don't understand at all what he's talking about. Because the consequences, and he goes, yeah, you might get an STD. No, I mean like the aftermath. Oh yeah, she might get pregnant. And he says like, oh, and who's going to be the father to that baby? Because he knows it's not going to be him. And there's no, because he tries to, you know, regret or whatever. And there's like, no. And they go, oh yeah, regret. Like how, you know, I might get an STD. Like I would regret that. It's so not funny that the only thing you can do is laugh about it, because this is tomfoolery on a level that is, well, it's tomfoolery on the level of Africa is what it is. This is African level of tomfoolery. They really don't get it. We don't need to dwell on that too long, I guess, because one, because if I keep talking about it, YouTube will hate me even more than they already do. The next time some liberal white woman tries to tell you that these poor immigrants, they're just the same as you, man. They're just the same as you. Go, well, how do you feel about rape? Damn. Let's move on to some more. Maybe some more lighthearted. Not that it's lighthearted, but at least it's goofy tomfoolery. I've not watched this clip. I've seen a bunch of screenshots from it and everyone talking about it. So there was just an election in those it's super gay Europe something or other. I don't pay attention to those homos, you know? I'm an American. We fought a war against those guys. But here's the reaction from the left. Because they were afraid that a huge right-wing majority was going to take over. And so what did they do? They did what they do everywhere, which is riot, burn things down, attack people, smash windows, the typical stuff. And do that to say, our democracy is so important that we'll kill you, you fascists. And then they win, which I think is, interesting. I mean, it's kind of like, other authoritarian people going around throughout history and saying, hey, it's your choice, but I just shot your brother in the face and I'm going to shoot your mother too, unless you go along with this. So it's kind of like that. But, it's, but sure, this is a victory for democracy, my friends. A victory for democracy.
On vous a couché!
We beat you.
Voilà ce qu'on dit.
Vous avez perdu.
This is what you
Vous avez
say.
perdu.
You
On est trop
lost.
fort
The
à
left
gauche.
is too
On a l'amour,
strong.
on a la fête.
We have
on a la
love. We
joie.
are celebrating.
Vous avez la
We
haine.
have joy.
On
And
est
you
trop
have
fort. On est
hatred.
trop fort.
Yeah. So, first of all, very strange. This is the face of France. That's also. I mean, that's particularly strange. I do like what this guy said. We have love. We are celebrating. We have joy, and you have hatred. We are too strong. And as I said, what was happening when they thought they were going to lose? They were screaming they wanted to kill people, and they were actually going out and trying to do it. They were actually doing it. I mean, like they were going through the streets like Black Lives Matter, the Summer of Love, and just destroying things. I mean, France, the French leftists are known for that, man. They love to go and just burn shit down. It's great. But they're the ones with love, man.
On est trop fort. On est trop fort. Vous avez perdu, désolé.
We won. Middle fingers. And look at this. Does anybody think for a second that all of this graffiti is done out of love, man? And look at this Palestinian flag. I mean, this is some insane shit. I actually kind of wish that we had some legit fascist, authoritarian right-wingers anywhere on the planet, because at least they'd step in and go, nah, stop this. You can't do this anymore, because most people agree with that. But instead, we get these people who say they're fighting fascists and authoritarians and they're fighting right-wing extremism, and they go out and do stuff like this. They do the brown shirt stuff. They do they go out and destroy things in the night. There's no way you'll ever be able to convince me that people who look at what they represent or what they stand for is this graffiti on top of an incredibly beautiful creation. Like, look at this monument that they're standing on. These statues. This building. This is amazing. And what do? They spray paint it and they say, "We won." Just nuke it all. I wish we had like one far right fascist authoritarian dictator on the planet who was just nuke it all. It's over. Look at these clowns. What is wrong with you people? Oh, look, we won. Oh, yeah. Did you? I know you think you won. Talk to me, 10 years from now. And we will reassess in 10 years when you or your friend or a family member has either been raped, murdered, or both. So things are going great. Things are looking up, you guys. It's all good. No problems here. Everything's fine. So before we get on to the palate cleanser, this will be kind of a palate cleanser because it is kind of funny looking back on it now. But on my channel, for quite a while, I've continually made videos about COVID. And I was continually, for a long time, making videos every 2 months or so, trying to hammer home, don't forget what they did. Don't forget this. This was bad. Don't let them, through their propaganda, try to convince you that it wasn't that bad. But, we got to move on here. I said, don't forget. It ruined most people's lives. To varying degrees, ruined most people's lives. So let's go down this tomfoolery rabbit hole again. From one of my favorite people online, from Maze. I've used his videos several times. Let's go down the COVID tomfoolery rabbit hole. Don't forget! A lot of people seem to be forgetting, especially right-wingers seem to be forgetting this.
Trump wrote on Twitter, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." Don't let it dominate your life?
In terms of responding to a comment like that, it's gross.
It's okay to be afraid of COVID, and it's okay that it's dominating your life.
Everyone should be afraid of COVID.
You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
I can't come in, Mom. It's because of this flu thing.
We won't be free of this pandemic until we listen to the acknowledged truth. Listen to the scientists.
Science is truth.
You know, science is truth.
What is the impact to public health when people are openly questioning the science?
Now is the time to do what you're told.
By not hearing the truth, by not listening to the scientists, they are prolonging how bad the economy will be.
When I see somebody out in the world who's not wearing a mask, I instantly think you are a threat, or you are selfish, or you are a COVID denier, and you definitely haven't been vaccinated.
Either wear a mask or get the house.
What does this have? Are you vaccinated?
I am triple vaccinated.
So why are you wearing the mask?
Seek out the scientists and listen to their advice.
Listen to scientists. Listen to the scientists.
Man, this was one of the worst clips. And it was in my What a Wonderful World videos. That little kid, man. How that doesn't make your blood boil and make your head explode. And just say, yeah, whoever did this to this kid needs to just be removed from the equation. I just don't understand that. But look at this little kid. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Tomfoolery. And the reason I'm playing this is because it's been a while since I've done like a refresher on COVID. If there ever was a tomfoolery masterclass, it was everything that happened during COVID. Don't forget, and I've got several videos saying this, don't forget what happened, because these people do not change. These people don't wake up and change their ways. This doesn't happen. Because anyone who is sane saw what they wanted to do and saw what they were doing and said, well, no, that seems crazy. These people did it. And there's a hell of a lot more of them than at least I realized prior to 2019. There's a hell of a lot more of them than I realized in this country, at least. I thought people were crazy all over the world, but there's a lot more of them than I realized.
Scientists and listen to their advice.
Listen to scientists. Listen to the scientists.
Trust the experts.
We're going to trust science. We're going to trust the experts.
Parents who say, well, I need to do my own research, makes you think of that cartoon I saw of the tombstone that said, I did my own research.
Republicans have given.
Makes me think of that left-wing propaganda that was put out by an absolute POS. Makes me think of that as if it was like it's a political satirist. It's just a guy who's totally unbiased, who's making an observation. And of course, this guy in the last 10 years has done more to reverse the progress of civil rights than any other person. This guy is making more people racist than pretty much any other black man on the planet, which is saying a lot.
Their voters' license to believe whatever they want to believe.
Heard somebody saying, listen to the scientists, do that.
Let's listen to the scientists.
That phrase, do your own research, it's popping up a lot in conversations about coronavirus and about COVID vaccines. Doing your own research, it seems so innocent, but it can have serious consequences. Renee, what are the roots of this phrase? I feel like I used to hear it around QAnon craziness.
I love that. Look into yourself. I feel like I used to hear this about QAnon. You know, the only thing that brought QAnon into the public eye, or brought it out of the internet, was the left-wing media. They love it. They get rock hard over it. It's their favorite thing in the world. Anyone who's willing to do this cannot be trusted. And I mean that forever. This is an indelible mark. You are to not be trusted if you are willing to do something like this. Attacking a woman, sitting on bleachers by herself at a high school football game and tasering her if someone you know just got it wrong, you know, like they were just, you know, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. That's totally fine. That's how I felt at the beginning. Hey, what's happening? I don't know. But it was less than 6 months into the COVID scare when you go, oh, okay. This is very obvious that this is not a problem. And then you end up watching people do stuff like this. And you watch them throw the masks on little kids while they're crying and force it onto their, do that to, I mean, make note of who those people are and do not trust them ever again. Their tomfoolery level is just completely out of control. Like this fat bastard.
Tase somebody over a mask. Tasing this lady over not wearing a damn mask.
If some jerk exposed my mother to COVID because they didn't want to wear a mask, I would want to kill them.
We can watch the experts, but we shouldn't be listening to Trump, a non-medical professional.
Well, the answer is listen to Bill Gates. Bill's right about a lot of things, and he's a steep learning curve in global health.
And we're really seeing just how important it is to follow science.
Yes, exactly. And we need to listen to scientists.
The idea that people are questioning the science behind the vaccine.
The science checks out. Even if you don't believe in the science, you think you're tough enough and you're healthy enough and you're young enough. The scientists were right all along. Eventually, the science catches up with you.
Are we doing more harm than good by questioning the science behind J&J?
Trust that vaccine.
Trust the experts.
Listen to the medical experts.
Trust the experts. If you don't understand the science, you don't know what you're.
Honest to God, it just totally it destroyed. In a certain sense, it destroyed my whole worldview when COVID happened because they started doing stuff like this, and I just couldn't believe it. I just, for sure, I knew there was a lot of stupid people out there. I talked to a lot of them. Hell, most of the people I met were stupid. I just thought there was no way on earth that you could convince a significant amount of people to do this. There's no way. You just can't do that. Especially in the United States, because, and here's why they've been trying, if you've ever wondered why they try to undermine the history of the United States and why they try to undermine and change and warp our history, it's because of this, is the very fundamental idea of rebellion and thinking for yourself was woven into our country in a way that no other country had. And they have to undermine that because a country that has, even down to its laws, self-preservation, autonomy, critical thinking, like you are your own person, woven into even its laws. You can't make them do this kind of stuff. You can't make them sit in the little pod and like, but that's why. Really, since the end of World War II, which I'll let you derive whatever you want, meaning you want from that, they've been destroying that. Well, really, since the end of the Civil War, but that's a whole different other discussion. The tomfoolery began probably around the Civil War, but that's a whole different thing. Only a person who's like a Chinese guy or is like a Russian or... Really, honestly, at this point, you could just pick any other nation on earth. Only somebody who has lived in a nation, Australia, where they're used to just doing what they're told to do, and their laws are all about this, not a nation that was built on the fact that these are inalienable rights, meaning that the government doesn't give you the rights. They recognize the rights. You think all those other countries you could get away with this, but not here. Honestly, it really, it sounds cheesy, but honestly, it destroyed my whole worldview, or at least my America view, or what I thought America was. I couldn't believe it, man. Having 80% or more of people going along with this, and I was the odd man out, and people were acting. But I mean, I'm also over 6 feet and a large man with tattoos and dreads and a beard. So no one ever came to me. No one ever came at me in a grocery store when I wasn't wearing a mask. But they did go after other people. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. And you need to not forget the tomfoolery. The tomfoolery. This is something that is very dangerous. And these people do not change. They will not change. They were like this before COVID, and they will be like this after COVID.
You're fighting.
Just let the experts speak. So maybe you should just shut up right now.
You don't want to take advice from your golf buddy or from your aunt. You want to listen to the scientists.
Can we all stop saying, I need to do my own research?
You see the ultimate effects of what happens when you don't listen to the scientists.
This isn't about being scared. This is about scaring us straight.
Science, science, and science. Only listen to the scientist.
If we follow the science, imagine, instead of staying locked up in their rooms, they're able to hug their grandchildren. This isn't about freedom. It's about freedom for your neighbors.
You can give each other a hug as long as everyone is fully vaccinated.
Listen to the scientists like the rest of us.
We have to listen to the scientists.
We'll listen to the scientists.
Oh, man, I didn't expect that. Look how small Karine Jean-Pierre's fro is. Look how small her fro is. Oh, that's cute. That's really back in the day. Look how small her fro is, you guys. Adorable.
Have to listen to the scientists.
We'll listen to the scientists.
Every scientist, every expert, listen to the experts.
Listen.
Oh, and I guess Maze reposted this.
Listen to the science, because the science...
From Grabian. Grabian, I guess. Which is, I've used some of their compilations too.
Works.
Very much.
Yeah.
And I was talking over. I want to hear the last clip there.
Listen to the experts.
Listen to the science, because the science works.
Very much.
Yeah.
I think trust science.
Oh, yeah, totally. Trust the science. And what completely drives me insane, and I want to hammer this home, because like I said, over the last, 3 years, I guess, I've been making videos talking about saying that don't forget who these people are. Don't forget what happened. These people didn't just decide to do this because of COVID. It's not like they were reasonable before COVID. It's that we never knew. We never were exposed to it. We knew that there was a certain group when Trump ran in 2016, in 2015, 2016, that was crazy. But we didn't know to what degree. And that's something that Trump talks a lot about too, is like he didn't realize how bad the rot was. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, because it's like, oh, okay, I know. I've been talking with my friends about CIA operations and FBI antics and stuff for a long time. But what I didn't realize was the citizens. The citizens. I thought for sure the citizenry was... I mean, I guess I should have known better, because I remember being in school and hearing dumb things that they were telling me. I just assumed that everyone else knew it was dumb too. I assumed everyone else knew. It's like when I was talking about the what was that last Tomfoolery stream about the people who were saying that the Supreme Court just legalized the president being able to assassinate people, and like the number of people who just hear that and go, oh my gosh, really? And they just believe it and run with it is just staggering to me. I don't think that used to be the case. If you go back to the 50s, I don't think that was the case. Because to me, I hear something stupid like that and I think, well, that sounds stupid. I don't believe you. I would have to go and look this up. People don't do that anymore. They just, oh my gosh, no, oh no. What was it? Oh no. Don't forget COVID. Do not forget. It's like how even like Cuomo has like been coming out and saying, well, you know, I'm actually a reasonable person. It's just I was dealing with the information I had. Bullshit. Everyone had the same information. Everyone had the same information. Everybody did. You decided to ignore the other information. It's BS. Total BS. It's like what's happening right now with Joe Biden, where they're saying, Joe Biden's impaired? This is the first I'm hearing of this. It's actually a direct contrast because in COVID, the same time you had the people who were saying, this is not what they're saying it is, and they were showing you information, telling you. And the media kept saying, no, it's terrible, it's terrible. This is the same thing. How long? Pretty much since Biden was elected, you've had people say, this guy is he's not with it. Cognitive ability is crazy. He's really not there. And they said, nuh-uh. And now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, this is the greatest cover-up in American history. The fact that the White House was able to keep this from us is unbelievable. We, the media, have always done our due diligence, and we've been on top of it. How could we have missed this? We didn't miss it. It was a conspiracy. This was a deep state CIA operation. All right, moving on. So I came across this, and I have hardly watched. I think I watched one video from this, and I have a feeling it's going to be a combination of tomfoolery and cringe, like really cringe, like the Gen X cringe, like from last Tuesday, the Gen Xer cringe. Beach and Seal Beach. California right-wing store triggers liberals. I guess this is supposed to be a... This is a store called Beachin' in California that sells Trump merch. It's already really cringe. It's like how I opened up this whole stream with showing the stupid Biden sticker on the handicap sign. It's really cringe. It's these kinds of things that make me realize that actually most people are absolutely retarded. It's not just people on the left. It's across the board. Most people are just really, really retarded. And it's just, does it agree with me? Oh, it's awesome. Does it not agree with me? This is really offensive. I hate this. This is really bad. It's like how you can see a million videos online of two black women like fighting each other. And it'll just be a bunch of comments from right-wingers saying like, you know, quote unquote, right-wingers saying that, look at this terrible degeneracy, you know, like, look at this, the black people just fighting and blah, blah, blah. And then, and the ratio is definitely different. First of all, yeah, there's a ton of videos of that. But if there is occasionally a video of two white women doing the same thing, they act like, this is hilarious and awesome. Look at her, get her, girl. And it's like, well, isn't that the same thing the N-words were saying before? Isn't this kind of the N-wordification of our culture? But anyway, it's totally fine. It's totally the same thing. Who cares? It's only bad when they do it, not when we do it. Anyway. One day someone will document the descent into right-wing extremism of Swamp Johnson off of my videos and streams. Okay. What? Tomfoolery. All right, let's move on to the... So this is a store that sells Trump things, which already makes me really cringe. Where's the first video that I wanted to show of it? So and they post all these videos of like liberals who come in. Okay, this is the first one that I saw, and you can see that I liked this post, so I could come back to it. So let's watch this interaction. Tomfoolery definitely afoot. Let's start it over. So it says this geezer asked if we had any lock him up shirts.
I think we got Biden took a shower with his daughter's shirts. You want some of those?
Are you guys on some other planet that I'm
Oh
on?
no, we're just you guys are on a different planet.
Uh-huh.
I think you guys watch CNN, don't you?
No.
MSNBC.
No, we don't.
You watch the news?
We watch PBS.
Read the news, yeah.
Yeah, you're that's the problem. You guys is watching the wrong stuff.
Well, we just watch the news headlines about who's convicted.
Oh, Hunter just got convicted. What do you think about that?
I don't think I'm not going to vote for him.
His dad covered for him.
Oh, sure he
Oh,
did.
of course he did. Who's the big guy that got the 10%? Who's the big guy getting paid?
Of what?
All the embezzlement money, all the Chinese money that they're.
So I decided to pull up this store's Twitter and go through some of the stuff just from this clip right here. This is exactly when I paused it at 43 seconds, liked it so I could be able to come back to it. Look how old this guy is. What makes, like, this guy didn't just wake up like this one day. I mean, what circumstances? What has he done in his life that, you know, you should respect your elders? I mean, that's a general principle. It's in the Bible. I mean, not verbatim with that, but, you know, respect it. And you would think that as you get older, you gain wisdom and you gain discernment and you can look through things. What on earth has made so many Americans this guy's age be so stupid? I mean, just stupid to it's like talking to a Down syndrome kid. Honest to God. It's just I mean, listen. This is exactly where I pause it, so I don't even know where it goes from here, but I can guarantee you it's not going to make him look better. Listen to this, like the last 10 seconds of this. And I was like, oh man, it's really sad. You want to believe that your previous generation, the older people, like, they got it together. Listen to this guy. Listen to this.
Covered for him.
Oh, sure he did.
Of course he did. Who's the big guy that got the 10%? Who's the big guy getting paid?
Of what?
All the embezzlement money, all the Chinese money that they're giving them, all the Ukraine money.
The Republican committee investigated for 6 months to try to find
Oh,
something.
they
and
all
couldn't
canceled
find
it.
anything.
Okay.
Trump's gonna be your next
Trump's gonna be your
president.
next president anyways. You're gonna have a felon for a president.
Not me.
Yeah, you will. Well,
I'm moving to Canada.
go ahead. Go to Canada. Canada's full of fucking weirdos. It's a communist. Trudeau's making everything communist. He locked down people's bank accounts for driving.
So, you know, the guy behind the camera is also really cringe. But listen to this old guy. It's really interesting. I mean, the tomfoolery here. I was told, that's what they said. What makes a person like this? That's what I'm saying. This is something that was started a long time ago. This has to do with the COVID stuff as well. That, like, what has made a person believe such insane tomfoolery? He doesn't even consider thinking critically. It's not even in his wheelhouse. Like, he can't do it, and he won't do it. And he thinks that if you were to do it, it's offensive and wrong. I mean, listen, not the because the right wing guys behind the camera are just as cringe. These guys are really cringe. But just listen to the old man. I mean, listen to this guy. Listen to what he's saying and think about what he's saying.
Money that they're giving them, all the Ukraine
The
money.
Republican committee investigated for 6 months to try to find
Oh,
something.
they
and
all
couldn't
canceled
find
it.
anything.
Okay.
Trump's gonna be your next
Trump's gonna be your next president anyways. You're gonna have a felon for a president.
Not me.
Yeah, you will. Well,
I'm moving to Canada.
go ahead. Go to Canada. Canada's full of fucking weirdos. It's a communist. Trudeau's making.
A Republican committee looked into the... Dude, imagine being this guy. I mean, it's really crazy. It is completely crazy. Like, there's a part of me that would like to believe that this indoctrination came in with millennials or Gen Z, and like well, we got some older people, and you know, they got older, so they missed a step or two, and they're not paying attention anymore. But if they actually saw it, because they know they got wisdom, that they would wake up, they're even worse. They're way worse. Republican committee did this, and that's what they said. Gives a shit about a Republican committee? What are you talking about? First of all, why on earth would I care about anything coming from the federal government ever? They've been wrong about everything. And I'm not talking just back to COVID. I'm talking literally for the last 65 years. They've been wrong on everything. Objectively, provably, metric, just wrong about everything. Man, the tomfoolery is hard, man. So let's watch some other videos from. I liked a few videos from them just so I could go back to them. I have not watched this one. Let's see what they say.
You guys.
So the caption is, "Here we got a lib pretending to be a conservative."
Actually, we increased our customers. What? We increased our customers by 30%.
You know how many Democrats turn down bills that protect kids? Because you're worried about a sign. Who cares? Only Democrats come in here yelling about a sign. You guys are all pathetic.
Wants a Republican candidate without a criminal record.
Who cares? Everybody has a criminal record.
Biden's a creep and a child molester.
He is? What?
Yeah, Biden's such a pervert.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, his diary came out. Did you not hear his daughter's diary came out? He's been taking showers and molesting his daughter. Hey, here you go.
And when that
Hey,
goes
how about
to
this?
court,
Here you go. Here you go.
listen, when
Here
it
you go.
goes
Here
to
you go.
court and he's on trial,
Who
we'll
cares
go for
about that? How about all the
That's how the
Democrats?
justice-
They're perverts. They're pedophiles. They want to back down every bill that protects kids. Here you go. Look.
No,
Right
I don't
here,
want to
here
look
you go.
because when it goes
Here you
to
go. Here you go.
trial,
Look. Right here, look. Another Democrat. Another Democrat touching kids. Here you go. Look.
The one thing that I can relate to with this guy who apparently runs this store is that he doesn't look like a Republican. He looks like my uncle with his long hair and the off green kind of straight leg pants with the black t-shirt. I mean, it's California boy for sure. It's probably what Vic looks like on his off time. That's California with the Vans, killing it. But he is super cringe and up to some tomfoolery when it comes to running a Trump merch store. I'm sorry, I'll never be able to get behind that. You can be 100% right in everything that you say about all this stuff, about all the political. He's right about the diary and the pedophiles and all this stuff. He's 100% right about that. And the irony of this woman saying, "Well, if once it goes to court, then I'll talk about it." It has now, it was just recently confirmed in court that the diary is real because Ashley Biden had to sue over getting it back in civil court. And she admits that everything, it's real. It's her diary. So, I mean, it's funny, all these people that say, legal. It needs to be legal. It needs to be legal. You don't give a shit about legal, man. You really don't. What you care about is whatever the media told you that day. Whatever it is. It's like how suddenly democracy, our democracy, has become the most important thing in the world. It's like a word that was never really used in this context since the inception of our country. It's never used this way, and now all of a sudden it's our holy. Let's pray to our democracy. The absolute trinity of democracy. Which, of course, is all nonsense because it's all stupid. But you know what I mean. All right. Just one more, and then we'll hit the palate cleanser that I've got planned. There's a few of them. In case you're not ready for it, which I know you're not, I've got some absolutely adorable clips of cats that I was going to play as a palate cleanser because I love cats. And what better way to get over all these insane people? But before we get there, one more. Uno más. I've not watched this clip, as I always say. But I don't watch these clips in advance, and I am very, very, very rarely surprised by their content. Very rarely do I go, I haven't watched this clip before, I've read the description, let's watch it. And am I just totally wrong? This next clip is something that I've actually talked to people in my own life about. And many of them have said, Swamp, you're crazy. You spend too much time online. And, well, maybe you don't spend enough time online. Maybe you should watch videos of these places. So here's a video from Paris, France. And I've talked to several people about this. Specifically France, but also just other European cities that, Americans still think that, oh, I would love to go to Rome. Oh, I'd love to go to France. And you go, well, it's a shithole surrounded by a bunch of Indians and Pakistanis and Iraqis and they literally just have shit in the street now, right? And they go, nuh-uh, that's crazy. Is it crazy? Or are you covering up for the tomfoolery? Because it's not crazy, my friends. It's really happening. And I've seen enough videos about this, and I'm sure you guys have too, but I haven't watched this one yet. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Come with me as we journey into the French Serengeti.
Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a Twitter and to show you the 18 arrondissement here in Paris, in France, and I want you to see what I saw today. You will not believe it. It's kind of shocking.
See, and you have to ask yourself, why is it that I haven't even actually watched this clip yet, but I knew that that's what I was about to see? I knew it was going to look like some bowl, some ridiculous Indian or African market. I mean, how did I know? How did I know that? You have to ask yourself, how was Swamp able to figure that out? Maybe it's because I'm not retarded and I actually look at things on the internet. There's something about, and I'm sure you know people like this, where you tell them this. You tell them that this is what it looks like now in France. And they go, no, it doesn't look like that. Well, have you seen this online? No, I wouldn't look that up because, France is great. Paris is awesome. Really? And you think that your intentional ignorance of that fact? I wouldn't, I don't look up those. I don't look right wing, I think that makes you more informed? I don't understand. That looks like Paris. That's great. That's it. France is killing it. Oh, there's one white guy. Look out! There's one white guy. He's gonna kill you. He's a right-wing extremist. Look out! Man, how did they survive? How did they survive? Look at all the trash. Oh my God. And not just the trash. So you got all the trash piled up, but look at this. Look at this. This whole man, oh my God. It honest to God breaks my heart. I've never been anywhere in Europe. I've been to South America, been to Japan, I've been to Canada. I always wanted to go. Every member of my family has been to different parts of Europe, to different countries, but they've ruined it, man. They've just ruined it. Totally ruined it. It's just, and it's not just like it's European history. Oh, it's just a certain people's, or something that comes and goes. This is world history because of the thing they like to bitch about, which is the colonialism, the evil colonialism. But how come every single time there's been colonialism in the way they talk about it, shit got better for you guys? And then when it was given back to you, it turned into a crap hole. And then now, here we are, fast forward these years later, and this is what you've done to our cities. Our being the Europeans. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now they look like the crap holes that you just came from. They were fixed. They were fixed. Look at many different nations in Africa. Look at them. They were beautiful. They had great paved roads. They had stone buildings. They had infrastructure. They had trains, electric trains, even in some cases. And then here we are. They destroyed all of it. And then now they're expanding to our countries. And they're doing the same thing here. Look at this alleyway here. And do you think this would look this way if this wasn't the case? Come on. Get it? You were crazy if you think that. I mean, this is ridiculous. It didn't look like this for how many hundreds of years? It didn't look like this. And then in the last 20, 30, 50 years, now it looks like this. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert. But sometimes 1 + 1 = 2. ABC. Sometimes it's maybe it's science, you guys. Honestly, I've been to Japan a few times, and it's really my favorite country that I've ever been to. Obviously, I love America, and America is my origin, and America is my country. America has really screwed up a lot of things to the point where it's similar to this, in the same way that Japan, just very basic. It's very basic things you can learn about a culture. Look at the street here. Look at this street. It's filthy. I mean, regardless of the fact there's all these people here, because when you go to Japan, pretty much everywhere especially if you're in Tokyo, but in most cities in Japan, there's a lot of people. There's a ton of people walking around, just like this. Like a ton of people. But the street doesn't look like this. See what I'm pointing to here? Like the trash on the side, like, and this, whatever this is, like, that doesn't exist. Look at this. Like, everything, just looking at this video makes me feel grimy and dirty just watching it. That doesn't exist in Japan. And that's why they're pushing really hard to get a bunch of sub-Saharans into Japan, but that's a whole different conversation. But this isn't just one of those things that the LA and like California elites try to say where, well, what? This is just the thing that happens in cities. Look at them. This was not a thing that existed before this. You can't argue the data and the facts. It's just true. Doesn't mean I hate any of these people. It means that they need to go back home. Go back to your place. You're not French. You do not live here. You're not Irish. You are not Scottish. Go home. Just go home. And shit in your own streets, you damn Indians. Beautiful. Was that the France you'd always dreamed of? You know, when there was thousands and thousands of young Americans dreaming of going to France. Was that it? Was that what they were dreaming of? Well, they should have been, because it's beautiful. You know why it's beautiful? Is because there was a lot of black and brown people there. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you might be, you might be a racist, because if you were thinking of going to Paris and in your mind it wasn't covered in garbage, graffiti, and feces, what are you, some kind of white supremacist? That's really alarming. That says more about you than it does about the good, hard-working, just wanting a better life people who came there. Who also, by the way, have stabbed and raped multiple underage women and gotten off with no charges. So they're better than you. Actually, you guys, write it down. Oh, and by the way, so none of those things ever happened. Never happened. Doesn't exist. There wasn't just some young girl. What was it in? Was it Sweden? Was it in Sweden or something? That young girl was brutally assaulted and attacked and raped by a bunch of these migrants just looking for a better life, you guys. Just looking for a better life. And it wasn't just one guy, which would be bad enough. She was then passed around. They were calling people, bringing their friends over, and they just, for hours, were assaulting her. And the people who spoke out against that are getting more jail time than the actual perpetrator. So let me know, you guys, when this happening in these European countries is too much. Let me know. Let me know when we get there. I was there about 10 years ago, but let me know when we get there. It's things are going great. These things are awesome. We've hit 2 hours now, which means we're ready for the palate cleanser. No more racist rants. No more anti-LGBTQ bigotry. I came across this video today, and I love it. Son of a bitch, I love it. You ready? So it says, POV, literally how I'd react to you being abducted by a giant hand. Damn it, I love cats. adorable. And I had one other one. Silly me, I thought it would be easy to find when I was looking back through my likes on X, but I've not been able to find it again. Well, fine. Since I can't find the one I was looking for, let's just pick a random one from the small silly cat Twitter, or sorry, X account. There was one that I had in mind, but I couldn't find it again. But let's just pick a random one. Sure, why not? Why not? Or hell, let's just watch all of them for the next 40 seconds. Okay, maybe we won't put the sound on. I mean, that's kind of annoying. The cats are adorable. My music is annoying, but it's better. There was one that I really wanted to show, and I can't find it. It turns out, and stay with me here, there's a lot of random cat videos on the internet. Who would have thought? It's just really weird. There's a lot of random cat videos out there. Do you like me? Yes or no? Or yes or yes? Sorry. No was not an option. Oh, here's a good one. I can already tell. Beautiful. I gotta watch it again. Yeah, I like dogs too, but why are cats so cool? Nailed it. Excellent. Couldn't ask for more. Oh. I forgot about this one. One last palette cleanser. We'll full screen it.
Why? Why?
Epic. Epic. One more time.
Why?
Love it. Love it. Love it. And of course, because you know I'm racist, there was no black or brown people in it, so of course I love it. Even the dog was white. Right? You know I'm on board. What more could God ask for? It's beautiful. All right, you guys. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Check out the Year 3 merch. I have kept an eye on the chat, but, you know, I also just ramble on. Glad to hear that there's some people out there who are happy with their Year 3 merch. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we're all old and gray when Year 6 comes around and we're enjoying Year 6 merch. It's going to be amazing. Thanks for hanging out for Tomfoolery Tuesday. Of course, link for the Discord is in the description so you can hang out. What do the YouTubers say? Like, share, subscribe. What does Tim Pool say all the time? Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you share the show with your friends or something like that. I hope you had a good time. Stay wicked, my friends. And I'll see y'all next time.